Hello, my friend. It's been a while. I've been avoiding you for various reasons, and so today there is no introduction to this episode other than me coming at you right now with the cold hard truth about what's been going on in my world. I know in my previous episode I had a little precursor about how I'm going to be shifting into speaking directly to women entrepreneurs and really fully embodying this identity of myself and the women that I want to support who are like me in this way. And so I know that you have a little bead on that. And with that, I have just been in the middle of this transformation essentially. And one of the reasons I haven't been showing up on here is because I felt like I didn't know how to communicate about it. And I totally recognize that that was just me avoiding talking about it because I am in the messy middle. However, I also see that maybe if I had been talking about it, it would have been easier. And because I'm a sounding board processor as a self-projected projector, I need to speak into things to see the truth of my heart and the truth of how I truly feel about them and also to get clarity. And so kicking myself a little bit for avoiding you over the last few weeks and taking responsibility for that because I see why and what was going on. And it's fine. I've really been putting a lot of my focus on my social media content and connecting with incredible women, signing amazing clients, and really just creating a lot of momentum in that regard on that platform. However, I am super excited to be back, and I just feel this new clarity moving forward about really prioritizing you, prioritizing my podcast, and using this platform as the informer to the rest of my content and what have you. And so today I really just want to share about what's been going on behind the scenes in regard to this transition and what I'm going to be claiming and speaking more into in the future, and really this movement that I'm creating by cultivating it within myself, honestly. And it has everything to do with identity, direction, self love, purpose, per usual, because I can't not speak about those things. It's literally who I'm designed to be and the work that I'm here to do in the world. And last night I stayed up until about midnight actually, and was really just dropping into my body, listening to myself more deeply than I have been able to just in my normal day-to-day stuff lately. And I haven't really gotten a lot of alone time recently just due to life and different things. And many of you know I wake up at 4 every day basically, and so that means I need to go to bed at like 7:30 or 8. And if I'm not in bed by those times, I am pretty upset. But last night my boyfriend went to bed early. My daughter had a friend over for a sleepover and they were in her room, and so I had an opportunity to actually get some of that late night alone time, which is just a very different energy than alone time in the mornings whenever I do wake up early and I have my morning time routine. It's like the energy of the morning is very much get shit done energy. It's very masculine, it's very focused, it's very logical. But I love the nighttime alone time, especially whenever it's just me, obviously, because I can really tap into my feminine energy and my receptivity and my processing and my listening. And through that listening, I was really, thinking about you and showing up on here because I recognize that I've been avoiding it because of this like transition that I've been going through. And I got super jazzed about actually doing kind of a reintroduction and also, again, like bringing you behind the veil of what's been going on in my world. But really, what I feel coming forth here on my podcast and just in the direction that I'm going in my business in general is like very much a new era. And something that's dropped in recently that I'm starting to play into and leverage in my content and leverage in my identity and my movement and everything is called the come up era. And that's what I want to speak into right now is really I've been initiated into this new era of my business based on the decisions that I've made months ago and also just the person that I'm becoming. It really has this energy and this identity and this vibe and this culture of a come up era. And so for me, this really signifies the work that I've already been doing and everything that I'm about, but kind of giving it a physical manifestation or a physical characteristic or this tangible name and idea and vibration that I can really latch onto and get behind. And with this come up era, it's very much of being on the cutting edge of your evolution, being on the cutting edge of your awareness and perception and consciousness, and really this pushing of your edges in regard to your identity and your comfortability level and your embodiment and expansion and all of that. And so this come up era for me really just signifies the only thing I'm available for now, the only energy I'm available in moving through and being about. And I really want to infuse this idea and this inspiration and this movement and this vibe and this identity onto you as well, because if you are here, then you are likely someone who very much prioritizes self-development, personal development, spirituality, maybe not sexuality quite as much as I do, which we'll also get into that sometime soon as well. But really just this full holistic, full spectrum approach to your development as a human and being of service, whether that's with your family or with your movement and your business and your people. You know, it's like this heart of service and pushing the collective forward and being a person who makes waves in your own unique ways and changes the world and improves the lives of everyone that you touch, because you are improving your life day in and day out. And so with this come up era, it's very much the movement I've been in for the last few months. At the beginning of January of this year, I invested to work with my business coach again, who I've shared about before. Like, she triggered the fuck out of me. I had to take a step back. I've re-entered her world, and ever since I've done that, I have just been pushing my limits and pushing my edges and surrounding myself with people who pull me up and show me what's possible. And it's very much this come up energy of let's go, keep going. This is it. You're creating momentum. Yes, 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 yes. And so that's why this podcast itself is even shifting, because I recognize whenever I was speaking into relationships, yes, very much so. This is actually the work that I do with clients, is helping them clean up their personal lives. And I also recognize that going about it the way I was before was a safer play for me versus what I'm doing now, which feels more expansive. It feels more edgy. It feels more, it's forcing me into an evolution and identity of becoming this person who I've been avoiding because it was scary. And so I can speak in relationships all day. And again, this is the work that I do with my clients mostly, but I'm here to play on my edges. I am here to push myself. And so surrounding myself with women entrepreneurs, being a woman entrepreneur myself, and really elevating my identity and the spaces that I put myself in really are catalyzing this. And so I do plan on picking back up where I've left off in regard to walking you all through my golden path. However, it's going to be taking on this lens of more speaking into my entrepreneurial journey. And even before that, I feel like I need to do a reintroduction episode about my journey as an entrepreneur that's really going to stack the foundation of the conversations moving forward. And it's just what's happening. It's just what I'm going to do. I've decided it now that if this is who I am being and this is what I'm speaking into, you need to know my journey from the beginning in regard to what I've navigated as an entrepreneur, what I've navigated in my personal life as a single mom, and everything that I've shared about before, but how it's impacted my business and how it's gotten me to this point and to this identity and this person that I have become, and also the person that it's informing me becoming moving forward. And so I'm super excited about this new refreshing era in regard to this podcast and what I'm going to be bringing forward. And the identity, the podcast is going to get a new name. I'm not revealing that just yet, but there's going to be new branding coming forward. And again, even if you're not a woman entrepreneur, you can still benefit from the conversations I'm going to be pulling in here, because it's still going to be rooted in identity, direction, self-love, purpose, relationships. It's all going to be on the table, and it's just going to have this new flavor, this new lens in which I'm bringing it forth. So with that being said, I feel like I just needed to say this and take responsibility for how I've been avoiding you, and also why, just giving you a little glimmer of why. And so just thank you for your support. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for your understanding, and thank you for your patience as I'm navigating this process. And Everything that I'm going to be pulling forward, moving forward is very exciting. It's very powerful. It's very activating. It's very next level. It's very high standard. It's everything that I'm about, but it's about to get amplified even more so. And there's going to be even more truth telling, really pulling back the curtain and the veils, and really doing my best to support you in elevating your self-leadership, your embodiment, your identity, so that you can create the life and the business that you want to have. And again, regardless of whether you're an entrepreneur or not, this is going to support you if you are still looking to elevate your identity, your self-leadership, your boundaries, your standards, your self-perception, and just everything that is informing the freedom, success, and joy and delight and ecstasy and sexuality and just like all of it in life, right? I really want to support you in every single area by just being a raw and honest and vulnerable and high integrity person. And so that's my intention. I'm super excited for everything moving forward. Please come into my DMs on Instagram and let me know what you're feeling about this. Are you digging it? Are you like, nah, bitch, what are you doing? Don't do this. Or, just anything that's coming up for you. I would love to hear from you and connect with you there as always. And I'm going to be coming back at you soon with a reintroduction, like I mentioned before. So be on the lookout for that. I'm super excited to bring it to you. But in the meantime, as always, be brave, not perfect, and I'll catch you again soon.